bitches. What's up, everybody? How's it going? What's happening? We are live, as it says on my stream elements. I am now live. And I am here again, once again, at KSMO in Montana. Flight simulator scenery created to do some flight lessons, created to do some practice and helicopter lessons and stuff like that. Foxtrot, hello, how's it going? Iceman, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Missed you for the last few days. What is happening? There's the Discord if you want to join. Check out what else is happening. Thanks for saying hello. Thanks for joining in. Today, I am in the UH-1H. I will be in a moment. I'm just going to fly around here for a second. Take another overhead look at this scenery. This is part 3 of my How I Fly a Helicopter in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, not to be confused with, wow, Dano, what is happening? Dano, type it in the chat. I don't see that very much. What's going on? I'm only at a Discord chat because my concentration is broken too easily. Thanks for saying hello. Thanks for chat. Thanks for jumping in the chat. This is KMSO in Montana. Once upon a time, the hover control training grounds. So there's some great tools for helicopter training here. And there's many different helicopters available to train in the sim now. So I am now in my third. I started out in the Bell 47 payware. And what was I in last week? Is that right? Is that the right sequence? So something. Oh no, I started out in the 44, R44. Last week I was in the Bell 47 payware. Today I'm in another freeware, the UH1, which is coming along. It's coming along. What's going on? 2x4. All right, right on. I don't know what that first word is. 2x4, 2x2, 2x2. Is that saying my comms are bad? Oh, no. Just checking my comms now. I'm not sure what that means. Beep their bin. Bip their bin. Probably military talk. Probably something I missed that. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what that means. Anyway, the UH-1H model. There are 3 models available for the sim now. 5x5 on comms. Thanks, Foxtrot. Thank you very much. It's good to know. Good to know. I just checked my input, so it better be. It better be. We had some trouble on Discord comms yesterday, but not on the stream. Yes, indeed. Watched way too much media yesterday. Way too much media. Saw too many movies. A bit strange. So the UH-1H by Tog or Tuog, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his name. His first effort, actually, which is pretty impressive because it's looking really good. It doesn't have all the animations that I would hope would come along eventually. One of the reasons I'm really excited about the sim getting helicopters is because I hope it'll make it easier for animations of the rotors and all the different things, because nothing animates in here. These animate, right? These animate and the pedals animate, but you can't see any that animates. But you don't see the movement on the outside just yet. But it looks great. I mean, the visual, I think, is fantastic. He's got some great sounds. I discovered yesterday something I didn't even know. I discovered that it has a bit of a start sequence. You can actually start it up. Now, I see Shady Sim out there, which is awesome because I am on the servers, but I wasn't quite sure if they were working or not because they've been a little funky. They've been a little bit funky, so I'm going to stay on servers as long as I can. Charles Farmer 01, have you done an engine out auto-rotate landing yet. I have not done an engine out auto-rotate landing in this. I have. Okay, I have. That's a lie. I've tried it. The only thing that it works in... Actually, I haven't done engine out on anything. Yes, I have. I've done them by accident in the 47, and I've done them unintentional. Well, I've done them to auto because it was the only way when the 35, H135 and H145 came out. So yes, I have definitely done them. In this, the blade stops kind of fast. So I could try that at the end of this if you're still around. You did one by accident, had my batteries go dead, and was able to land using just the collective. That's great. That's great. I just don't know how true to life they are, I'll say. I'm just not sure how true to life they are, but which is one of the things I'm missing right now in this sim. The 47 does great auto rotations. Fantastic. And all of the helicopters do auto rotate. They will do it. It's just some of the animations are a little off. Next week, I will be playing with the H145, and I believe, I'm going to experiment, but I'm pretty sure it does a very good auto rotation in all respects. It has a massive blade system, so it actually makes it touches down pretty soft, even with both engines out. And the possibility of both your engines failing, it's going to be fuel starvation, and that's about the only thing that's going to kill both engines in a dual engine aircraft. But it'll happen. It's not impossible. So yeah, they're fun. And I'll try some here. I'll crash this before we're done. Now there is the UH-1. Let's see. We have a C and a D available. I don't know which is which. It's interesting how the sounds are fantastic, but apparently the multiplayer sound a little more like a lawnmower. I'm hearing a lawnmower go around me, but it looks fantastic. It looks great. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, we will start this up and actually, before I start up even, I was going to throw up a couple things. I am on part... What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. I'm on part 2 and 3, basically, if you were following along in the book, because I did recommend a book. And what I'm doing is there it is. I did recommend the actual FAA lesson plan, introduction, helicopter flying handbook from the FAA. And this describes everything that I'm going to be doing. The rapid deceleration and quick stop is way down here. I'm going to be playing with that today. We're going to be doing backwards flight and sideways flight. Rapid deceleration and quick stop, which is what you do to learn the to get to an auto rotation. And then we're just going to play around with some confined area landings, which we've all the helicopter people here have done many times. Not sure if at the right location. Are we at Long? I see Captain Kamikaze. We're starting at Kilo Mike Sierra Oscar, Mr. Inzin. I'm starting at the helicopter training deal again. So it's a two-part flight. Sorry if that was confusing, and I thought that I said that in the start. So the flight plan, like the group flight, starts there. The group flight starts there. I'm pretty sure you're where the group flight starts. I'm just doing a quick helicopter training first, part 3. So if you guys want to come by here and buzz around, that's where we're starting. And then I'm going to jump over there to do a group flight to check out the amazing, amazing scenery. So we are back here. Rapid deceleration. I'm going to be doing this slightly wrong because I'm doing it in a simulator with simulated helicopters, and running takeoff is something that's you can do in this one. In the UH-1, you can do it because the skids do skid, and you can definitely do it in some other things. They also talk about retreating blade stall in here. Deceleration and quick stop is where I am. Retreating blade stall is something you should definitely go over because it is modeled in all of the... Oh, I skipped way down. I went the wrong way. retreating braid stall is modeled in all of these. So definitely take a look at this if you're interested. If you just want to fly around and play with the helicopters, yes, KMSO. Oh, thanks, Iceman. So if you just want to fly around and play with helicopters, then none of this is all that important. I just thought I would go over it. I will put it away. I'll probably maybe do this again in a year if the helicopters are more evolved. Then maybe we'll get more into this if people have an interest. But for now, I'm just doing these and throwing them up on the internet for people to check out. So this is great to download. It's in the description on the Discord. It's a fantastic thing to download. Easy to find. It's the Helicopter Flying Handbook from the FAA, and it describes everything about helicopter flight and why you get into bad situations if you do things wrong. So a lot of good information here. Let me go ahead and go through the startup of this fantastic machine. Make sure I turn that off. Go through the startup. And we will see what's happening. So drop that down. And I'm guessing on this startup, I don't know if there's a checklist for this. Ooh, there's an H60. H60, another one of the helicopters available. This is so awesome of you guys to bring all these different things. If you can fly it, if I can fly it, you can too. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I go upstairs. This is Control 5 on this helicopter. Everyone has a different shortcut, it seems. And I found out that you need the battery on. You need DC power on. Okay. I'm going to see if that's enough. Oh, you need fuel on. So go back to the main panel. You need the fuel on, of course. And let me just see if that's enough. I think I have my sound up enough. The sound on this in the startup is pretty cool. So let's see if that'll get me started. Oh, it's loud. And you have to hold the starter. You have to hold it on. But I can't hold it and see the instruments at the same time, so it's tough. The starter is actually on... no, I don't think I have enough things on. I'm missing something. Do I need the AC power on? Do I need that? Try that. I'm just going to keep going until I get a start. I've got gas. The inverter should not have to come on until after startup. That doesn't mean that. Ooh, I think I hear it. Nope, it's not doing it. I'm still doing something wrong. Back to here. I turn the fuel on. What else would I need to turn on? I can't think of anything else. Hoist, trim, auto. I did this yesterday. I got so close. It could be that it's just not working 100% right. I mean, that's not impossible. These are lights. I'll just turn the inverter on. No, the inverter doesn't do anything. Doesn't do a thing. This is on. I'll try it again. DC power's on. I know I have gas. Come on, start up. Well, that sounds like it's doing it. Sure sounds good. Battery's on. Got power. Let's switch these the other way. In a minute, I'm going to Control E it. Because, I mean, this should work. Right now, it should be started. Come on. Oh, is that it? No. Everything's on. Oh, look, there's the exact helicopter I'm in. Everything's on that I can figure, that I can turn on. Low RPM running. Fuel is on, right? Oh, fuel was not on. Okay. There's a three-way switch. Let's try it now. Let's see what happens now. Check this out. All right. Here we go. Oh, I probably need these to be on. And... oh. So, I'm glad it didn't start at first, because the startup sound when it doesn't start straight away is really cool. And then when you do what when you get it started like that, I'm gonna have to turn this down because it's really loud in my head. So let me do a little mixy of the volume. There we go. This is a very loud helicopter, and I'm sure it is in the real world. Mechanical Madness, hello, sir. Hello. Good to see you. So we're gonna do this on the runway. Backwards flight, sideways flight. Maybe we'll do some spinning flight at the end. Quick stops. Then we're going to do the confined area landings. I'm going to look for a confined area. It's basically like, that's why you practice on helipads. That's why you practice landing to a spot. Because confined areas, and then I think next week I will look for a pinnacle to land on. Pinnacle Landings is basically any helipad off the ground. Even if they're on a trailer, that's a pinnacle landing. So you have to land in an exact spot where there's nothing around it. Pinnacle Landings. But today, I'm going to go over to the airport, over to the runway, turn this on, and do some backward flight. Start with backward flight, and then sideways flight. Oh, I know what I forgot to show. I forgot to mention, once you start this, you must make sure you have your airland up. So if there's people just starting out with it, is that there? Yes. Wow, I didn't know. Hold on 1 second. I have to flick more switches so you can see airland. Oh, it didn't come up. Oh, darn it. That is supposed to be up now. One moment. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's odd why it didn't come up. There it is. So there's the airland file. And my profile is already loaded because it was labeled properly. So there's instructions with the different helicopters, and in all of the forums, you've got RotorSim Pilot Forum, you've got Destroyer 121's forum, Discord. You have the Height Performance Group Discord. All of these Discords actually have stuff about all of the helicopters. Joey Bolo, what is going on? Good day, sir. Good day, sir. Joey Bolo, I have to tell you, I didn't actually realize you could do replays. So I rated your replay the other day. Sorry about that for the people that were on that raid. That was interesting. I'm sure it was a good show, but I didn't realize it was a replay till after I did the raid. I'm always tired at that point. Welcome, sir. Let's go over to the runway, and now that it's going to fly, and I could tell, you see, because when I brought my collective up there, nothing was happening. Even though these gauges don't work yet, I can still tell immediately. I have an instinct for whether or not I'm imaginary flying. Now I've got several people here in the UH-1. And this thing is I really like flying it. So that's why we do backward flight right there. Oh, and again, see, having this trouble today too. It probably will get better, but I'm getting really nailed by the frame rate issue with multiplayer. This never used to happen. And who knows? Great news about multiplayer. They are working on it. They're aware of the issue, and they have mentioned it a couple of places in the last few days. Whoops, I'm air taxiing very high. Let's get back down towards, let's try and do things semi-correct. I've got the weather set low. The weather setting is very low, so I'm just going to air taxi out on Alpha. Because I want to start on a runway at the end of the runway there. I'm just going to do a nice air taxi out here. Put sim in developer mode. Glitches go away. Really? But then you see that developer mode at the top of my screen. That's very interesting. It's very interesting, Dano, because I've heard the opposite. So I'll try that at a later date. Because when I turn it off, I mean, my solution just for the day is to turn the multiplayer off if I need to. Right now, it's back. See, it's back. It's okay. It's good. My glitches went away. No glitches. So I'm going to go down here to the end of the runway. And this is not a quick stop. This is a more regular stop. Slow it down. I'm going to get it down on runway 21. And I'm going to fly backwards. Which, of course, is the most risky maneuver you could do, as you may imagine. Yeah, very nice. See how nice it just lines itself. It just does things like I expect it to. It's such an awesome machine. It's got a good airline file. The particular one I'm using is by Dano. I hope he's posted it some places. But for all the airline files, experiments, go to RotorSim Pilot Group Discord. Go to the Height Performance Group Discord and check it out. Look at all this. Somebody's ready. Somebody is hovering and ready to fly backwards. So, first thing we would do, I'm trying to do this in a semi-logical way. First thing we would do if we're going to fly backwards, well, we'd do one of two things. We'd go outside and we'd have our crew member go, yeah, it's clear. Or we'd do a clearing turn, which is the same thing you do in aircraft. You just pick it up, of course, and you do a hover turn. This is a very sloppy one. You hover turn, and you go, look, it's clear. It's totally clear all the way down the runway. So I will see if I can get to the tower flying backwards. Now, these kind of maneuvers are going to make you really good at the hover, because when you fly sideways and backwards, the aircraft is not doing what it wants to do, right? It's not doing what it wants to do. So you have to be even more on the controls. Because flying forward, when you get over about 40 knots in these aircraft, in a real aircraft it's about 26 knots. But in these aircraft, when you get over 40 and you go through transitional lift, everything gets nice and easy. But in flying backwards, you really should never go much faster than a hover, which I already am about to. See, it's trying to take off backwards. So this thing is incredible at backward flight. Look at that. It's beautiful. And what I'm doing is just following the lines back. So you want some sort of track. This is basically, you wouldn't need to do this long. This is just practice. Because most backward flight in a heli is simply backing out of a spot. You've got buildings on either side, you've got some aircraft on either side, and you need to back out. So you're just going to fly backwards a minute. I'm trying to get to the tower. But it's a lot of fun. It's a fun exercise. Something you're not going to... I mean, try this in a Cessna 152. Go ahead, try it. Off the ground, not just taxiing. Sure, you can do it. I know, you can... You can push V, Y, whatever it is. Y. You can slew backwards. Love all the helis out there. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, someone's going to come right into me, which is fine. No worries. No worries. Any minute now, I'm going to see the tower. I'm looking. Nope, not yet. This is a long runway, and the Foxtrot is actually doing a better job than me. He's staying closer to the runway, which is a better idea. Because when you're doing these type of maneuvers, you actually want to keep it kind of low and easy. Stay good. Uh-oh, somebody lost it. Was that Age Purge? Age Purge hit the ground. Playing around. I know there's going to be a tower here someday. There's another taxiway. And we're going to have a helicopter fly into us, which is fun. Ooh, yeah. Disappearing helicopters. Very good. You know, if we want to do backwards races, we could do that too. That is, could be in the plan. What head tracker do you use? I'm using Track IR. Thanks for asking, because it's always good for people to know. I'm using Track IR, which I've been using for at least 10 years. I'm on my second one. I think what happened with the first one, if I ever see the tower, did I pass the tower? No, I couldn't have. It's coming up. My first one I kept dropping, and you know, if you drop it, you step on it. So basically, the head tracker broke, and it was a different version. So this one I think has more tracking lights, has more lights to pick up the tracking. All right, what happened to the tower? Oh, weird. That actually felt like he hit me. I swear I've gone too far. I'm just gonna set it down here a minute, because that's enough with the backwards flying. So there you go. That's backwards flying, backing out of a spot. And oh my gosh, the tower is right there. It's right there. That cracks me up. I'm right at the tower. I had no idea. It was a total guess. So not bad, not too shabby. 100% guess. That is really funny. And I got the head tracker because flying helicopters is hard. And so if you're not in VR, or you don't have massive screens that wrap around you, it's very difficult to see, because what you want to see, of course, in a helicopter, you want to see all that. You want to see down there. And now I can even open the door so I can see better. Another thing that this added, oh, I think it's here. Oh, they don't come off, they just open. Okay. I thought these came off, but I can open the doors and I can see out there. You can see the skid. It's very cool. I probably don't want to fly with them open, because then everyone's door will be open and that'll look funny. But there you go. So now we're going to do sideways flight. And this is another thing that if you want to read the manual, it gets into the aerodynamics of sideways flight and rearward flight and anything other than forward flight. The aerodynamics get really funky, because now you're moving. The air is trying to pass the body of the helicopter. So it's very different aerodynamically, and it's going to feel really different in flying it. I don't know how well these actually do that, but pretty well. So we'll go from the tower, we'll go back to where we were. Actually, I think everyone should line up to my right. Line up to my right here. Let's see if we can get this going. To my right, so to the right of the tower. If anyone wants to line up on the runway with all these cool Hueys, and we'll try and get a line of sideways helicopters going, just for fun of it, just for fun. Oh wait, there you go. Got one taker, got two takers maybe. You know, I meant left. I did say right. Very good. If you could just go to the left so that I'm first in line, because we're going to go to my right. I'm going to go to my right. I can't believe I did that. But thank you. Whoever that is, you did it exactly correct. So just to the left there. There we go. We got a bunch of Hueys. It doesn't have to be that accurate. Anywhere over there is fine. And then we'll all parade down the runway. Well, that'll work too. So we got a few on each side. That works. All right. Just follow me as I lift off. You're gonna have a delay. So just follow along visually, and we'll have helicopters on both sides. Oh, let me try this. No, that won't work. I was gonna record it. I will record it. Oh, that'll take a minute. I forgot to start that. Okay, not this maneuver. Next one. So sideways flight is weird. It's the same thing. You're going to use outside visual references. So I'm looking like the distance about of that tree, and I'm watching the line. Obviously, lots of right pedal to keep me going. I'm too high already, but I'm just trying to get a constant speed. I'm not trying to go super fast. I would love to be outside where I could see this for see the whole thing. Not trying to go super fast, just going sideways down the runway. But I think if you go too fast, you're going to get retreating blade stall. And if you're sideways and you get retreating blade stall, that's just going to be ugly, is what it's going to be. That's going to be ugly. So I'm using I'm using everything at the same time. I'm using the collective, the pedals, the cyclic. Everything is moving right now. There's no way to stop moving and just, cruise with any of these types of maneuvers. It won't happen. There it is. Oh, that's the end of the runway. Oh, let's turn around and see how people are doing. Oh, they're way down there. No one followed. No one followed at all. Oh, this is taking a long time to stop. There we go. There we go. Interesting. Interesting. I thought people were following right along. They're still down there. So we will continue to the next fun exercise. I'm going to sit here a minute. There's someone coming down. Fox is coming down. Foxtrot is headed down sideways. Actually, this is great. This is great. Let me get a little of this visual. Look at them. Doing a really good job. Everyone is doing a fantastic job with the sideways. The side hustle. This is the real side hustle right here. Nice. Almost. It's better to land by straightening out, which is what I did. But if you can land sideways, ooh, he's going fast. Someone's just flying by. Flying by, doing the military and doing a really good job. Getting turned right around. Oof. Yes, oof. Got a little fast. Yep. Dipe is doing a nice controlled sideways maneuver. Looking really good. Thanks a lot, Foxtrot. Thanks for stopping by. Take care. See ya. And thanks for checking out, checking in, checking out. Appreciate it. So now, our next maneuver is the quick stop. Now, this is... Oops, I'm hitting the wrong button. There it is. I'm going to do something. I'm going to open my... Hopefully this won't interrupt my entire stage. Nope, it's fine. I'm going to turn on my flight recorder. And if you were here watching the intro, or watching the wait about to start screen, then this is going to be the same thing. But this time I'll try and do a better job. This is a difficult maneuver. Pardon me. As the helicopters get better, as the software gets better, as the Aerofly FS2 gets better, as Airland gets better, then it actually will be easier to do these kind of things. It'll be a little bit easier because they do kind of funny things at this point. But it's great that we have different helicopters to try it. So this is I'm doing this too fast. There's videos on YouTube about it, and there's very clear instructions in the book that I was talking about. And you should be going about between 26 and 40, and then you bring the cyclic back and the collective down while coordinating with pedal. You're going to need right pedal as you do that, because when you have less power, your torque is going to shift, and you're going to need right pedal to keep your nose straight, and then you basically are going to stop as fast as you can without stopping too fast. So you don't want to slam into the ground, obviously. This is your basic auto rotation practice. I'm going to be going faster, so I'm going to be going at about cruise speed and doing it kind of Vietnam movie style. I don't know that it's real Vietnam style, but you see this in all the movies. So I'm going to get between 60 and 80. Going to try and keep that speed. Going to go all the way to the numbers on the other side, which are about a mile away. And then I'm going to try and stop right on the threshold of the runway. Just need a little drink, a little more yummy soda stuff. This comes on, and I am recording. So then we'll watch what I did, and I think if you're here doing multiplayer, you'll see my helicopter do it again. So we'll watch it from the outside after I do it from the inside. So just picking up into a normal hover, normal takeoff. And the big thing here, I'm going to pass through transitional lift. Partly I'm going faster because transitional lift seems to start a little later than in the real world. I was just reading about transitional lift, and it has to do with physics. So the speed has to do with the physics, not the helicopter. It has to do with the blades. And when you're transition basically from a hover to forward flight, and the air is acting now the air is acting like the wing of an aircraft, and in a hover it's acting like a helicopter. It's a completely different physics. So I'm a little bit high, but that's okay. I've been pulling back. I've been starting about at the first white mark, and that's probably a little early, but I'm fast. So here we go. I dropped the collective too fast. There we are. There we go. And you want to get down as fast as you can without bumping things, right? So you want to have straight skids and really no hover time. There you go. You're not... I landed on the back of my skids. That's why you see me pop like that. There's somebody coming in. Nice, nice. See, it's hard to control, isn't it? It's hard to control. It's hard to get it just right. As we'll see, I'm going to turn around and do the exact same thing again and run into a bunch of people. Hey, Splasher 6, what is going on? I didn't see you come in. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you. Apparently, Iceman saw you come in. So we're going to turn around. This is my favorite. It's my favorite of the flight lessons so far. And then the group flight's going to be real fun as well. So get into a normal hover. Ooh, Dano just bit it from the looks of it. That one is hard, though. I know the 860 is harder. Here we go. Start back forward. And then try not to get too fast. So I'm bringing the collective down, which is basically bringing your power back. So let me try it at 60 this time. Try it at 60. Oh, it's getting to 80. Come on, slow down. It's one of the hardest things is to get the... oh, this is awesome. Doesn't that look great? Woo! Huey, Bass, and Huey. All right, slow to 60. It's getting there. It's slowing. Slow some more. Ralph's Nightmare is doing it in an H145. Now, it's I have a harder time in the H145 because it doesn't want to stop. See? Look at him balloon. I don't know if he's trying to stop. But what happens to me is I'll balloon all to heck. All crazy. Dipe was good. It's just a little early, but that was good. Because what you're trying to do in a quick stop is not balloon, right? You don't want to balloon. You want to stop. So you want to stop just... I'm losing altitude. I'm losing airspeed. I've passed transitional lift, which means I need more pedal. One thing I've noticed about the airline, you don't need a lot of right pedal, which you should as soon as you let collective down. Here we go. And you could even slide a little like this. See? That was it. That was it. That's what I'm trying for every time. Let me adjust this. Turn that off. Watch some people come in. There's Dipe coming in, trying it. Hello, Dipe. Hello, Shady Sin. Hello, Ralph's Nightmare. Red Heron, what's going on? Red Heron looks like he's just hanging. Just hanging for the minute. Okay, now we can see how I did. So this is going to look weird for everyone flying along. Oh, CDD. Oh, bummer, Dano. Sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. Okay, so I'm going to stop my recording. I'm using something called Flight Recorder, which you can get at flightsim.to. And when I hit replay, I'm going to jump around a little. Replay. And then I'm going to hit pause replay because I like to pull it forward to where I'm going to do something. There we go. Oh, I have my tank on. That's why I see people's tanks. You now have a tank available for this little tank for firefighting, which is very cool. So now I'm going to hit resume replay, and I'm going to make some adjustments. There we go. Now that should look better. Here we are. Let's see how we did. So pretty good takeoff. I like that there is some dust. They do have some dust effect here. It's not perfect, but it's there. It's very cool. That's about the right height. I'm surprised. It's not bad. Not too bad. And it's got the California Bear on it, so that I think that counts as extra points. I really do. Cruising down the runway towards Ralph's Nightmare. So now I'm in a steady, I should be at about 80 here, right? Yes, and the replay is even recording it correctly. So now I'm at about 80. I'm going to start to slow down at the solid white lines, which is the first touchdown point for heavy aircraft. See, I started too soon. So right there, I started too soon. I always get nervous. I'm losing a little altitude. You want to lose a steady amount of altitude as you come in. There we are. That's what we're looking for. Not too shabby. Oh, but look. Oh, tail strike. Nope. Just about. Ooh, I just missed. But I landed on my heels. And you want to be flat. You always want to be completely flat. Let's see what happens next. Now, I think people can see me in the replay. I'm pretty sure you can still see my aircraft. So if people are following along, their aircraft are not on replay. It's kind of an interesting thing. So I'm going to pick it up and turn around here any second. I didn't pause here for long. There we go. Pick it up into a hover. Pedal turn. The camera doesn't quite keep up with the old pedal turn, does it? Nice day. I have weather off because the aerodynamics are not 100% with helicopters. So wind is not handled perfect. So I just have it off for the moment for doing this. Not that I never use it. I'm just not using it now. So now I'm trying to go a little slower. I'm trying to go a little slower. It didn't work that well. I still was going kind of fast. I got to 80, and then see, I'm at 80. I was trying to bring it back. 60's better. That's so fun watching how the helicopters go by. Here we go. I do love having the doors open though, right? So, same thing. I can get all the way to the end, and we'll see how she does. Oops, I just rubbed on my microphone. So here we go. Right here at the solid hash marks is when I should start to slow, if I did it correctly. I slow down a little early. Now I'm doing everything all at once. Pulling back on the cyclic, lowering collective, and coordinating with pedals, although it didn't take a lot of coordination. But this is what I'm looking for. I actually kept a couple of knots on landing. Oh, right about there. Yeah, I still wasn't totally flat. See, you can actually keep a few knots in, which is what you need if you're going to auto-rotate. You must have a couple of knots of power, right? I mean, you have to have forward movement. Pause the replay. You have to have forward movement in an auto-rotation. You're not ever going to get totally stopped unless you have better than 5 knots wind. And then you could probably do it. So the next fun thing we're going to do is, and again, I'm only keeping the Discord off because I'm going to put the replay up on YouTube. And so in case anyone has a problem with that, having their voice on YouTube, plus it confuses me. So here's the thing. Now I have to look for a confined area because I didn't find a great one, but I'm going to look over by the river, which I think is over to my left, over to this left. And I'm going to find a spot that's fairly confined, and I'm going to land there, and then I'm going to watch and see if anyone else wants to try it. So confined area means there's stuff all around you, and you can't really land a plane there. You need a helicopter. This is what helicopters are for. Nice. Excellent, folks. You guys look great. Let me turn this back on. All these Hueys. All these Hueys. Thanks again to Tog, the developer. The aircraft, if you hit exclamation plane, you can find out if you want to grab this. Check it out. It is beautiful. If you don't want to fly it, oh, what happened? Uh-oh. Oh, am I not? My helicopter won't take off. Something is wrong. I think I might still be on replay. Oh, I'm paused. Okay. Stop replay. So if you're using replay software, you can't take off while you're in replay. Airlock Doc, not here for long, Joel, but where's the next podcast coming out? Oh, when is the next podcast coming out? Oh, thanks for the question. That's a great one, especially in the middle of my helicopter training that I'm going to put on YouTube. Next podcast is coming out in a couple of weeks. I have a fantastic guest. I have someone this time who is a medieval, but it's actually medieval. I always say it wrong. I have a very American accent. He is a medieval swordsman, a medieval martial artist who studies swords and how people worked with swords in medieval times. So I think his main thing is broadswords. There's video up of him up on YouTube doing broadsword stuff. So I've got that interview coming up next. The only reason there's so much delay in my podcast is because I do this thing. Thank you. Thanks, Airlock Doc. That's really awesome of you to say. Very, very nice. It is so fun to meet people around the world, from all over the world, and talk to them in that way. I totally see why people do it. Totally get it. So I believe the river's over this way. What I'm looking for is a spot around here that is a confined area. Dano's probably looking for the same thing. Here is some water. I found a good spot yesterday. And hope I'm going the right way. I think I am. There's a lot of, obviously, as you can see, there's a lot of areas around here that are not the least bit confined. Oh, it's over here. Here's the river. There are a lot of areas. Whoops. Okay, that's what happens when you get retreating blade stall. I got retreating blade stall, but I got out of it. So if you get that and you're not going too fast, you can recover by lowering collective and bringing the nose up. So I was totally ignoring my airspeed, and ouch, 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 ouch. There we go. Getting it back. Getting it back. So this does still have a little bit of a problem for me of getting a cruise speed that's constant. This particular helicopter. Of course, the only thing that's easy about it. Take care, Airlock Doc. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. Have a good evening. So right around here, there was some spots that are definitely confined areas. Straight ahead of me is kind of one. I'll start there. So this is, this is a little bit easy, but your approach is confined, right? You don't want to hit the trees. So it's pretty much like a normal approach. You just have to be careful of all these trees. And if I get enough helicopters on the ground here, I can take a nice picture. So there we go. That's pretty good. That one is partially confined area. So that shouldn't be too big of a challenge. There's a lot of room here. Let's see if anyone else wants to hop in here. Record some landings. There we go. Oh, there's Red Heron. Very nice. The Red Heron. The Ralph's Nightmare. Giving it a go. So at this, and then after this, I'm going to look for an area that's just big enough for a couple of helicopters. This is obviously big enough for 8 or 9 helicopters. You got 3 over there. All right. That's excellent. You got 3 areas that I could look at that are small, confined areas. I think that's what you mean. Okay, I'll come over there. I will head over there. We got 3, 4, 5. Very good. Where am I? I forgot to take any screenshots on my last visit to the internet. It's all trees on my screen. It's all trees on your screen. Is it really? Well, that's weird. Oh, do you have perhaps you have your everything set on ultra? That's the only thing I could imagine. It would do that. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. I like all these liveries too. I think he's done such a good job. I know there's many, many more available, but I'm restricting it to... Yeah, so let's go over where Dano is, and I think he has some even more confined areas. Harder to land. It's very good. Everyone did great on that. Obviously, we're not going to get in a lot of trouble in the sim, but if you're in a real helicopter, it gets trickier. Ah, there comes somebody else. Sorry, we missed you. Going over where Dano is, see what he's got to report. Yeah, everyone's sim is a little bit different. Oh, amazing for me. I missed you. First time chatter. Hello. Hello there. Sorry I missed that earlier. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the flights. If you're still here. Haven't been able to see tags for 2 days. That's why I'm not flying. Oh, you have to see tags to fly? Now come. Right off the nose. Okay. Excellent. Amazing. For me, you're still here. Very good. So I'm approaching at over 100 knots. And where Dano is seems to be getting close. So I need to slow down. I want my approach speed to be more like 80. This thing does stop fast. It's one of my favorite things about it. It does not float. You put the hammer, you put the collective down, and you're going down. So this looks more like an area surrounded by trees. I don't even see his helicopter yet. Oh, there it is. So that is, not only is it surrounded by trees, it's surrounded by water. So let's hit this for another confined area. Coming in. So we'll just imagine that this water we would sink in it. And the other thing that I didn't do a minute ago, that we don't often do, but that you do if you're training in helicopters, because I did this on a helicopter demo flight. When you get in here, yeah, that's cool. Excellent. Because this is not only confined by trees, it's confined by water. Now, it also might be soggy. So you would need to hover for a second and have a look at your skids. And if you had someone on the other side, have them look and make sure there's not a big rock under you or something. That's something we don't really need to do here because obviously it's gonna... But we do have something in here that you have to watch out for. We have anomalies. You crash on every landing. So make sure to cushion your landing with the collective. That might be what you're doing wrong. You might be not getting slow enough, and you might be forgetting to bring the collective back in. And you need to be at 0 airspeed or as close as possible. In some of these helicopters, you need to be at 0 airspeed, or it's not going to be good. Oh, look, we got Charles Farmer coming in, MoBM, Shady Sim. I'm going to hang and watch them land. Watch some more landings. Oh, yeah. See, that's a really good landing right there. Nice and easy. It's sinking into the ground, but that's just the sim. But that's an example of what I was talking about. Maybe in 10 years, they'll have it like that. They'll actually have soft earth. It'll be squishy earth. Because they keep developing this sim every day. They do more stuff. Okay, now I'm going to follow Dano. No, I'm going to watch the other of the landings I said I would. Got a couple people coming in. And there's nothing... There they are. There's nothing funner than seeing helicopters. Look at that. Now that looks like a flight of Hueys. It's like a flight of Hueys. Where is Future 310? Because no one's crashed on this landing. Everyone's done really well. Very, very well. Most of these people are so good at flying the helis. But that's just fun. Never know what it'll be like in 10 years. I mean, we didn't think we would have rescue helicopters and sling loads in a month, which we will have from Hype Performance Group. In a month or less? Is it less? I don't know. Could be. All right, Dano, did you have one more? Did you have one more for us? Not sure, but I must shave something turned on that I black out if I fly too fast. Oh, yes, you do. I can help you with that. Real quick, you need to turn off the G-force settings. So if people will bear with me, I want to. This is something that's really good to show. I have to remember where it is. I'm pretty sure it's in assistance options. And user experience. G-effect. You see that G-effect? It doesn't work. I don't know anything it works for. I've not heard that it works for anything. I think it's something we're thinking might be cool. Turn that off. G-suit, turn that off. You turn those two off. Everything else is up to you. But you turn those two off, and you'll not black out anymore. That's what's happening. And with the Airland and G-effect do not like each other at all. So that's what's going on there. You just pop that off and you're good. It does work on the F-16. You black out all the time. Well, well, now if you were an what you need to do then is wear a G-suit and make sure the sim knows you're wearing a G-suit and you're doing the breathing right, and then you shouldn't black out, right? There we go. I'm sarcastic. Apologies. That was sarcasm. But I'm quite sure that there are people that wear G-suits while simming. I'm quite sure. Your Ralph's Nightmare. Oh, okay. Right on. Well, I see you doing a bunch of landings. See you doing a bunch of landings. Now, where'd those guys go? They were doing some more confined area landings. As a matter of fact, I'm guessing if I wore a G-suit, then I would get more followers. There would be more people hitting the follow button if I had on a G-suit. Yeah, see, now these areas these are confined areas. This is what I'm talking about. We're actually moving too slow already. We're already cheating because we're coming in a hover. But that's a confined area. These trees aren't solid, but if they were, see, there is room for a heli there. So you want to do just what he's doing. I actually see the kind of room to get in right here. So I would bring it down between the two trees. Very nice. I don't know who that is, but they're doing an amazing job. And we just get in, sneak it in here. You can't go, if you go too slow, you can get into another dangerous situation where the air under your blade kind of disappears because you're in one place too long. But that's only if you have pretty much zero wind. These ones did really well. This whole wooded area, if you do stick, it happens a lot even in propellers, if you do sick maneuvers. That's interesting. That's interesting because, yeah, I mean, it would take a lot for you to black out. Of course, you would need to practice doing high G maneuvers. Yeah. G's will definitely make you black out. I would probably throw up doing before I blacked out in the, if I was in VR, which a lot of these people are. Well, that's fantastic. So that is confined area landings. It's just fun. We do this every Tuesday and Wednesday on Broderson Pilot Group. We do confined area, we just fly helicopters and we go all over the place Do all kinds of landings. Very nice. I'm looking to see if there's even a tighter spot, because that had room for 3 helos. Is there anyone has Dano found a spot where there's only room for 1 helicopter? I'm just gonna fly around here a little and see. Have a look. Nope, Dano's gone. He disappeared. Hi, which helicopter is this one? This is the UH-1H? That one? UH-1H? That's what I'm flying in today. It's my 3rd attempt at showing people how I fly helicopters. Oh, look at this, a tower. A tower. That might be a good place to end the helicopter lesson. Well, I'm just going to look around one more minute to see if there's a more confined area. Oh, everyone's kind of right there, including Dano. Everyone is right in that spot. Inzian, Dipe, Charles Farmer, MoBM. All right here. Okay, why am I not stopping? There we go. So, let's see how he's doing. Let's have a look. My approach was bad because I'm in a hover already. You want what I'm trying to describe, which I haven't done a very good job of, is you want to make a normal approach till you're almost at the spot, and then you would want to slow down to a hover. Yeah, that spot's good, Dano. That spot where you were there, that looked like there's not a lot of room. So you have to judge. Oh yeah, like right there. You have to judge where the trees are and not trim them. The idea is to not trim the trees. Helicopters can do a little tree trimming if they're small trees. I think I probably hit some. We're going to bring it in right here. That's a good one. That is a good one. Very nice. Yeah, so if people want a challenge, drop in right there. Drop in right there. So that is a UH-1H. To answer your question again, Iceman put a link to it right there. And this is, this is the end of the 3rd lesson. We're going to stop right about there and switch over to the group flight portion of the flight. After I take a quick talking break, throat break, because I've been constantly talking this whole time. Perhaps we'll let some other people talk, but that's fantastic. So I'm just going to watch. I'm just going to sit here for a minute. You can land on top of me or near me. Actually, you can see there's just enough room for the rotors. This is a very good confined area landing spot. Very good. Turn that off. Turn that off. Let me watch. Take a little drinky. That's cool. Sometimes I get discouraged until I see this, until I see all these people participating in a nice little flight like this. It's awesome. Awesome. That's the wrong thing. There we go. Start the music as soon as we are done landing here. Take about a 2-minute break and we'll come back and switch areas. I'll probably switch areas during the break, but that's awesome. That is really awesome. Do a little of this. Yes. One more week of lessons, I will say, before I forget. One more week. Next week will be basically going over the 145 cruise flight. 145 cruise flight. So we'll just do a little group flight somewhere and talk. Oh, there he goes. Someone's spinning out. MoBM. Oh no, that looks like a scene from Die Hard. That's the movie. No, not Die Hard. That looks like a scene from Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder.